Hello students, in this lecture we will discuss about the consequences of financial national emergency. In the last video we discussed about the executive and legislative power, how executive will work and how legislative will work during the national emergency. Today we will discuss financial relation and related to fundamental rights. So let's start our today's lecture, the consequences of financial emergencies. Okay, on financial relation. On financial relation, president can suspend the distribution of financial resources between center and state, and center can make use of any national resources to fight the cost on the basis of which emergency is declared. Okay, if we are talking about financial relation, there is a distribution of goods between center and state. Center and state can use the all resources of India, as we laterly discussed that India is divided into federal system. Federal system means powers are divided between state and center. So state can also use the resources of India and center also can use the resources of India. Also, we have dual GST system, that GST will be divided into center and states. But during financial relation or financial national emergency, president can suspend the distribution of financial resources between center and state. To control the situation of India, president has power during the national emergency. He can suspend the distribution of resources between center and state, and center can make use of any national resource to fight the cost on the basis of which emergency is declared. Let's suppose emergency is declared due to war and center is required more budget for defense. Then during that time, president can suspend financial resource to state government, and center government will be use all the national resources to fight the cost on the basis of which emergency is declared. Clear? Next, on fundamental rights. If we are talking about fundamental rights, Article 358 deal with the suspension of the fundamental right and guaranteed by article, which are guaranteed by Article 19. Means during national emergency, our Article 19 will be suspended according to Article 358. As soon as national emergency is declared, the Article 19 will be suspended automatically, and this give power, or Article 358 give power to the parliament, that parliament can suspend Article 19, while Article 359 deal with the suspension of other fundamental right except those guaranteed by Article 20 and 21. So in financial relation, president can suspend the distribution of resources to the state and use all the national resources. And during national emergency, our fundamental right will be suspended. First, Article 19 will be suspended, then rest fundamental right except Article 20 and 21 will be suspended by the president according to Article 359. Clear? Next is, as per us Article 358, when a proclamation of national emergency is made, the six fundamental rights under Article 19 are suspended only when national emergency is declared on the ground of war or external aggression. Note the ground of armed rebellion. Very important point. Okay, here we discuss that Article 19 will be suspended according to Article 358 during national emergency. But exactly what Article 358 says? Article 358 says that Article 19 will be suspended. But when national emergency can be proclaimed on the ground of war, first, second, external aggression, and third is armed rebellion. There are only three cases when we declare national emergency. But Article 358 says if we suspend Article 19, then make sure emergency is declared on the case of war and external aggression, not armed rebellion. If national emergency is declared on the ground of armed rebellion, then Article 19 will not be suspended at all. Clear? So Article 19 will be suspended only when national emergency is declared on the ground of war and external aggression, not on the ground of armed rebellion. Article 359 authorize the president to suspend the right to move any court for the enforcement of fundamental right during a national emergency except for Article 20 and Article 21. It's mean Article 359 says if your fundamental right, Article 20 and Article 21 is suspended, Article 20 is related to detention against crime, and Article 21 explain right to life and liberty. So during emergency, our Article 20 and 21 fundamental right is suspended. We cannot move to any court to enforce of the fundamental right except 20 and 21. Means Article 19 is suspended due to war and external aggression. Article 20 and 21 will not be suspended in any cost or during any case or any ground. But if or rest the fundamental right will be suspended, then we cannot move to the court because these fundamental rights are suspended by the president for public welfare or to control that situation particularly. Okay. So Article 358, 19 suspended due to war and external aggression, and Article 359 says 20 and 21 will not be suspended. If these articles will be suspended, you can move to any court, either High Court or Supreme Court. But if a part of 20 and 21 fundamental rights are suspended, then we cannot move to any court, either Lok Sabha, Supreme Court or High Court. Okay, so this is all complete emergency or national emergency. Now our second or next emergency is presidential rule, which we say is state emergency. This emergency is also known as presidential rule or constitutional emergency. Basically, as we discussed, we have federal system that power is divided between state and center. State has his own power and center has his own power. State can make law through through Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. Center can make law through Parliament for complete center, and state can make law for only particular state. This emergency is known as constitutional emergency because constitutional machinery is disturbed during presidential rule. So what does Article 355 says? As per Article 355, it shall be the duty of the Union to protect every state against external aggression. We have federal system that state have his own power and center has his own power, but we have federal with a strong center. Means center have more power than state. So Article 355 says that it is the duty of the Union to protect every state against external aggression. A center can issue any order to state to perform well or perform according to constitution. So Article 355 says it is duty of the Union to protect every state against external aggression and internal disturbance and to ensure that the government of every state is carried on the accordance with the provision of the constitution. It is also the first duty of the Union according to Article 355 is Union to have to protect state from against external aggression and internal disturbance. Also, center government have to make sure that state will work according to constitution only. Okay. Under article 356, so article 355 explain about the role of center for state. What are the major role of center to state? What does article 356 says? Under article 356, if president is satisfied on the report of governor or otherwise that there exists a great emergency where the administration of the state cannot be continued. Okay, state have supreme power like governor and then chief minister and then cabinet minister. If the executive power or legislative power of the state is disturbed, like let's suppose karo if the CM of any state died due to any reason or resign and the party fall due to less majority, at that situation president can impose presidential rule in that particular state. So article 350 says 56 said if president is satisfied on the report of governor, means governor can write a report to president that it is required to interfere president in or interfere central government to that particular state because state is not able to perform well or according to constitution. So satisfy on the report of governor or otherwise that there exists a great emergency where the administration of the state, means the administration of the state cannot continue in accordance with the provision of constitution. Reason may be the chief minister, the governor, the public of that state. By invoking article 355, any person can dismiss that state government and take over the state administration onto himself and declare that parliament will enact law on behalf of the state legislature. Mean if president is satisfied with the report of governor, governor can give a report to president that we are not able to perform in this particular state or we are not able to control the situation. So if president is satisfied that kind of report of governor or otherwise president or otherwise that there exists a great emergency where the administration of president is convinced that state cannot be continue in accordance with the provision of constitution. By invoking article 355, article 355 explain about the role of the central government to the state. Any person means parliament or president can dismiss a state government because he is unable to perform well and take over the state administration onto himself, and they will take the charge of the state and declare that parliament will enact law on behalf of state legislature, and this is called as a state emergency or presidential rule. Means the complete state will be run by the central government only. The rules will be made by the parliament only. Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad mean legislative assembly and legislative council will not be in power. Governor will not be the executive head of the state. President will deal all the executive decisions. So this is known as presidential rule according to article 356. So article 355 explain about the role of central government. Article 356 says if president is satisfied with the report of governor or president is convinced that state cannot be continued in accordance with the provision of constitution, at that case president can proclaim state emergency in that particular state and dismiss the state government and take over the state administration to himself and declare that the parliament will enact law on behalf of state legislature. Clear? Okay. What are the major effect of presidential rule? Laterly, in previous section we discussed about the effect of national emergency. Here we have to discuss effect of the presidential rule. Okay, what are the effect related to executive? State government is dismissed. State government have no power during the presidential rule. He cannot make laws. He cannot operate legislative assembly or legislative councils. All the financial powers will be run by only president or parliament. The state government is dismissed, and the executive power of that state is exercised by the center. So the whole power of the state will be dismissed. On legislature. Next is legislature power. State legislature does not function to legislate. State legislative assembly is either suspended or dissolved. In federal system, center have parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and president to make laws. In federal system, state have legislative assembly and legislative council. The legislative assembly is known as lower house. The legislative council is known as upper house. In fact, legislative assembly is established, or it is in all the 28 states, but legislative councils only is in 6th state. So the function of the state legislature will be dismissed or suspended for temporary time or during the presidential rule. Main state legislative assembly will not work, will not pass, or not a single session will be held during the presidential rule. Okay, on financial relation, it is also very important. What is the effect of financial relation? There is no impact on the distribution of financial resources between center and the state. Means only executive will be handled by the center, only legislature will be handled by the center, but there is no impact on the distribution of financial resources between center and state. The state and center will be run as they are running previously, or the distribution of financial assets or resources will be same as previous. The executive change, legislatures change, and financial relation change. Okay, the effect of presidential rule. Next, there are some important amendments related to presidential rule. Okay, first amendment is 42nd constitutional amendment. Okay, what does 42nd constitutional amendment says? It was passed in 1976. It extended the period of state emergency from 6 months to 1 year. Okay, before 42nd constitutional amendment 1976, means before 1976, if any state or presidential rule is imposed to any states, then presidential rule will be work for 6 months only, maximum 6 months. But in this amendment, 42nd amendment, the tenure is increased to 6 to 1 years. Means if any state faces presidential rule, then it will continue for 1 year according to 42nd amendment. Original constitution says 6 months, but 42nd amendment says 6 months to 1 year. So in 42nd amendment, tenure was increased from 6 months to 1 year. 44th amendment. 44th amendment act was passed in 1978. Revert back the operation of state emergency to 6 months. This line is very important. Revert back the operation of state emergency to 6 months. Its mean original constitution says 6 months will be enough for presidential rule, but 42nd amendment increase the tenure 6 months to 1 year. Again, after 2 years, a new amendment was done known as 44th constitutional amendment in 1978, and it revert back the operation of state emergency to 6 months. Okay, So the changes was made in 42nd Amendment, then 44th Amendment revert back these changes. Further, it divided the maximum period of 3 years of operation into 1 year under ordinance circumstances and 2 years under extraordinary circumstances, for which the stipulated conditions shall have to be satisfied. Okay, this amendment also says that mm, we can further extended the presidential rule for maximum period of 3 years during any extraordinary circumstances. Means if election commission says that there is a delay in election, that president can increase the presidential rule for maximum the period of 3 years into 1 year under ordinary circumstances, can increase to 1 year into ordinary circumstances, and increase 2 years under extraordinary circumstances, for which the stipulated conditions shall have to be satisfied. Okay, these are the two major amendments, 42nd amendments and 44th amendment. The next or last is our financial emergency. Financial emergencies explained in Article 360. Finance explain about it is talking about the monetary term. If the president is satisfied that a situation has arisen whereby the financial stability or credit of India or of any part of the territory therefore is threatened, he may be proclaimed, make a declaration to that effect. This emergency is never imposed in India. Most important line. So, under Article 360, President can impose financial emergencies if he is satisfied that there is a situation where there is no financial stability in India or India have credit issue all over India or any part or any territory of India is threatened. Then only that condition President can proclaim financial emergency in India. But India never faced such kind of issue, so this emergency is never imposed in India. So during the financial instability or during the credit issue in India, president have power that he can impose financial emergency. Done. So this is our financial emergency, national emergency, and state emergency. So let's quick review the topic we discuss. Okay, firstly, we discussed the situation or circumstances during the national emergency. First was the financial relation. In this situation, president can suspend the distribution of financial resources between center and state. President will use all the natural resources of or the national resources of India, or the central government will use the national resources to fight the cost on the basis of which emergency is declared. Article 358 says that Article 19 will be suspended. Article 359 says that all the fundamental right will be suspended except Article 20 and Article 21. Article 358 says that we will suspend Article 19 during national emergency, but when national emergency is declared on the ground of war and external aggression. Okay. Article 359 says that Article 20 and 21 will not be suspended. We can go to the court if anyone abolish our Article 20 and 21, but except these fundamental rights, we cannot move to any Supreme Court or High Court. Presidential rule Article 355 explain about the role of the central government, that he have to make sure that center is working, state government is working according to constitution. If it is not working according to Article 356, president can impose state emergency or presidential rule in that particular state. During presidential rule, state legislature will be dismissed. All the power goes to central government. Legislature will not work. It will be suspended or dissolved. Or financial relation, there is no impact on the distribution of financial resources between center and the state. There are two amendments related to national state emergency or presidential rule. Article 42. According to Article 42 in 1976, the emergency tenure is extended to 6 months to 1 year. Originally, it was 6 months. In 1976, it was extended to 6 months to 1 year. But in 44th Amendment 1978, it reverted back the operation of state emergency to 6 months. But our president can declare presidential rule for maximum 3 years during the ordinary circumstances. Financial emergency, if there is any financial threat for India or financial instability for India, president can impose financial emergency under Article 360. This emergency is never imposed in India. So hope you like this session. This is all what we have to understand about all three types of financial emergency. Okay, thank you.